John F. Kerry, the Secretary of State, made a very, very counterproductive gaffe, if you will. He was on a lot of Sunday morning talk shows discussing a lot of things, from the Russian crisis to the Iran nuclear talks to eventually Israel and what's going on in the war in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. And even though the American position is pro-Israeli, for sure, it always has been, always will be, I think, the Obama administration says one thing but does another. Well, you know, the Bible says, the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. And eventually what really is in your heart comes out. Well, in between interviews, John Kerry doesn't think he's on air, and the mic is on, and this is what was broadcast.
Yeah. It's a hell of a pinpoint operation. It's a hell of a pinpoint operation.
Right. It's escalating significantly, and it just underscores the need for ceasefire.
We've got to get over there.
Yep.
Thank you, John. I think, John, we ought to go tonight. I think it's crazy to be sitting around.
Now, that was a gaffe. They call it a gaffe in the media world. It's when you say something off camera that you didn't want aired. But what happens a lot of times, it's the off-camera gaffes is when the real truth comes out, how people really feel. It's quite obvious to me that John Kerry has always been anti-Semitic toward Israel. And Samantha Power, who is the United Nations ambassador for the United States, she's probably the most anti-Semitic we've ever had. I mean, this woman says things constantly. She wants to send in troops against Israel. She wants to put a fence right down the middle of the nation, right through the heart of Jerusalem. I mean, she said all kinds of outrageous things before she was ever made United Nations ambassador, and she did it publicly on television. And yet that didn't stop Barack Obama choosing her to be the U.S. ambassador, which shows you what his real, deep down in his soul, foreign policy really is. They say one thing politically, but they mean another when you get right down to it. Anyway, John Kerry did have opportunities to recant what he said. He was frustrated that it was recorded live, but he really can't change it. And he did go to the region, but guess what? If you said, we got to get down there, there's 500 dead civilians, we got to get down there. Israel said they were going to do a pinpoint operation and destroy these tunnels. Why is there 500 Palestinians dead? Why is there now 15 or 18 dead Israeli soldiers? I got to get over there, John. I need to go there. It's crazy. Where would you think he's going? I would think that means you're going to Jerusalem, right? No, he's going to Cairo, Egypt. See, he can't sit down face to face and talk to Netanyahu about what's going on, because Netanyahu's going to say, what are you talking about, John? They're shooting rockets at us. They've shot 1,200 rockets at us. They're shooting long-range ones now right at Jerusalem and Tel Aviv at innocent civilian populations. What are you talking about, John? Can you please get out of the way? We've got a war to run here. We're going to crush every tunnel in Gaza. We're going to try to wipe out Hamas, maybe, if possible. I mean, that's probably what he would hear from Netanyahu. Look, nobody wants any civilians to die. What are we going to do? Their tunnels are in the house. They store their weapons in the civilians' homes. They use the civilians as human shields. What are you going to do? Pray. I'm just praying for the peace of Jerusalem. I don't want anyone to die. I don't want not one civilian, no one. But the Bible said when they began, John, Kerry, you should know, you tried your peace agreement. It failed, and you're angry. But you're angry at the wrong people. Israel didn't start firing the rockets at Hamas. Hamas kidnapped them 3 Hebrew boys and killed them. Hamas then started firing rockets. Hamas won't stop even in a ceasefire. The Bible says when they say peace and safety, then cometh sudden destruction. Pray. Pray for everyone involved.